only one village kept repeating the same dream. If you do not verify, rumors spiral fast. The creepy part was the same time. People kept saying 217 in their dream notes. So we made an anonymous survey. Out of 27, 19 wrote door B as a shared keyword. Next came the real-world check. The maintenance sheet showed a generator test from 210 to 220. We turned on a noise meter app at that time. Near the vent, a steady peak appeared at 17 Hz. The cause was not a curse, it was low-frequency noise, and after vent maintenance, the shared dream stopped in 3 nights. Tip: write the time first in your dream memo. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A library book disappeared, then showed up again, but there was no return record. If you do not verify, it can become a lost item charge. I dropped it in the return slot at 1942, yet the app still said checked out. First, I screenshotted the loan history showing the check-in time field blank. Next day, I asked the desk for a shelf search and a 3-day hold before any lost item process. They said there was no return bin scan log and set the status to under review. 2 days later, they found the book sitting on the regular shelf. The barcode activity log showed the last action as checkout only with no check-in event. Cause was simple, it got sorted before scanning, so it was reshelved without a check-in record. Fix was to ask for a manual check-in using the shelf find note plus my screenshots, and the tip is always keep a return receipt or capture the screen. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. Those animal carvings on ancient stone pillars might be warnings, not decoration. If you brush it off as art, you can miss a real signal. At first it looked like a cute animal catalog. Then I zoomed in and counted 6 snake figures. That was the moment it started reading like signage, not ornament. So I checked an official description and found a line saying T-shaped pillars are carved with wild animals. Once you screenshot that sentence, your read stops being vibes and becomes evidence. Next, I validated the read again by highlighting a paper line about dangerous animals shown with exaggerated features. I also saved a note where someone compares it to modern hazard signs. The cause is simple. People repeated dangerous animals to help others remember and stay alert. The fix is bundling 2 checks into 1 note, and the tip is saving motif counts plus 1 evidence sentence together. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. It is not a secret account, it is a secret archive. Miss one marking line, and you can misread the whole story. If you see release date 2016-12/30, screenshot that exact line first. It tells when the public copy was actually released. Next, look for a code like B1 next to the black bar. That little tag is the stated reason the text stayed hidden. Second loop, if the top banner says no foreign, it means the document had strict sharing limits even before release. Final check is the IDI. If the project number starts with NND, it signals a formal transfer and review trail. The cause is phased remarking, not a single clean release. Fix it by saving 3 lines only, release date, code, and banner starting today. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A forest path can exist even when your map shows nothing, and trusting it as a shortcut can be risky. If the direction feels off, verify first. People said it was only 700 meters, and the stake at the entrance even read 07 km. I opened a compass app and captured the walking bearing. Once under the canopy, location accuracy jumped to 60 meters and the track slid sideways. My proof was a screenshot stamped 1432. So I verified again, and the tiny sign on the side had 1 line saying maintenance access, enter with caution. I zoomed in and saved only that line as evidence. Back home, I compared an offline topographic map, and that segment appeared only as a straight dashed line. A notice image also matched, reading 301 to 315 work zone restricted. The cause was simple, it was an old maintenance access corridor, not a real shortcut, so modern maps often exclude it. I switched to a detour whenever I saw dashed segments, and my tip is to save 1 track screenshot plus 1 notice line together. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A light streak shows up only on night CCTV, and when it moves, people assume the worst. If you do nothing, alerts keep stacking up. Step 1. Collect just 3 clips from the same time window. Capture a 12-second segment and keep the on-screen timestamp visible. First repeat, change 1 setting only. In night mode, turn the ear toggle off and check whether the log records are mode on to off. The result was clean, with ear off, the streak vanished. The image got darker, but the alert count dropped to 0. Second repeat, inspect what is right in front of the camera. Wipe the dome and check within 30 centimeters for webs or water droplets. The cause was ear reflecting off a nearby web or dry droplets, and the fix was cleaning plus a slight angle change. One tip, if it happens only at night, isolate it with the ear toggle first. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When one block stays empty in an ancient city, it may be intentional, not erosion. If you miss that, you risk safety issues and a wrong story for the whole site. The first practical check is layering maps. Turn on the old excavation layer, and the empty block sometimes shows a reservation-style label. Next, verify without digging. Run ground scans in about 12 straight transects, and the border pattern often pops out first. Once a border appears, you narrow the cause. Take soil from just 2 spots and use a quick test strip, and you may get a contamination warning. Here, the story repeats with a document check. Field manuals or old notes often keep a one-line rule about marking a sacred boundary zone. The cause is usually simple. It was a ritual zone or a work area with harmful residues, so people kept it empty on purpose. The fix is to lock the boundary on the map and switch to non-dig methods, and the tip is to screenshot the layer toggle and one log line the moment you spot a blank. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. This is the story of an old missing article whose background matched a present-day alley exactly. Ignore that, and you can trust the wrong last roof for years. The article came from a print run stamped at 2:16 in the morning 30 years ago. First, I zoomed in and captured the bent lamp angle and 4 rows of floor tiles. Then I retook the present photo from the same height. That was the eerie part, 3 vent gaps, the wall stain, and even the chipped tile corner all lined up. I still doubted it once more. So I checked whether the photo was from another place with the wrong caption by reviewing the edition line and the page order again. That is where the proof showed up. A 1-line correction the next day changed the district label, and a repair notice said the outer wall had stayed protected for 28 years. In the end, the creepy part was not the background, but the record error. The photo was real, and the fix is simple. Compare 3 fixed objects first, like the lamp, tile, and vent. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe.